Another adventure in space and time. Let me take you back, if I can not wreck it, to the year or thereabouts, 1975. I date it as 1975 because of this record here, which is Mike Oldfield's Omadorn. The place, the location is a record shop called Some Kind of Mushroom, which is kind of an oasis really in that small industrial town, Chesterfield, in all the coal fields and that, as it was, and the big carbonisation plant down the road spewing out its pollution and keeping industry going throughout the world really. And my experience of this was this is like a window on the world, like a TV was a window on the world when I was a kid, because I was growing up in this sort of cultural isolation really, in the Derbyshire Peak District, in a small town where nothing had ever happened and nothing ever would happen, or so it seemed. The Industrial Revolution had started there, but that was before my time, and by my time it was sort of turned into some sort of a theme park experience. Very odd, but then people still lived and worked and had difficult lives there, and yeah, that's how it was anyway. So this is like a window on the world really. I mean, record shops these days are depositories of special kinds of information, special kinds of hands-on information, and I suppose that's why I've modelled this as a real thing made out of cardboard rather than as a computer model or as a virtual model. I've sort of tried to get in there and look at the miniature details of what might have been going on, and like I don't, it's not like I particularly like the window display or anything, but it's sort of representative of that era, that in-between era actually, of the early 70s, which was sort of before punk rock kicked off, and it's sort of after this explosion of this earlier explosion of creativity, which connected places like San Francisco and connected the Western world really with the African music tradition, with this visionary tradition that could transport you through space and time, which is through this sort of what we'd call nowadays a specialist record shop. Back then, I mean, it wasn't really a pop place that sold pop records. I mean, you go to Woolworths for that kind of thing. No, this was sort of a vision of what was happening in that. This is what the freaks were into, this sort of thing. This was a gathering place for whatever we'd call ourselves back then. Record shops can be quite intimidating places really as well, I suppose. I mean, some of the staff can seem to have a superior knowledge of everything, or just, I don't know. Anyway, this is a particular place in a particular point in time, an iteration